It has been a full year, but we're back. This is pre-flight eve. Guys, we're going back to Orlando. Okay, first up, room tour, as Rachel has gone and got coffee, or gone to get coffee, shall I say. We start with, in a really weird place, there's a metal safe down here. Don't understand the reason why it's down there, probably bolted through to the floor. Plenty of hanger space, we will not use anyway. A couple of spare pillars above me. Looks like it's going to be pretty noisy, but that'll be your AC unit. With a very sort of vintage old dial, so if you want it cooler, turn it down and you'll see that the fan will come on, and that's heating, different fan levels. In here, your stereotypical kettle, cups, mugs, etc. Complimentary tea, coffee, sugar, etc. Will not need a heating system. That is more for those guys that will be staying here in the winter time. Laser blaster, aka hairdryer, decent mirrors. We've got a menu. We're going to go off site. Usually we would eat on site in the time, because this is a Premier Inn, of course. We'd have the time, or sometimes I have Beefeater on site, but we're going to go have it a bit cheaper, but show you guys how close we are to a McDonald's if you are on a budget. TV remote, telephone, TV itself, small, don't need anything bigger than that, to be honest with you. Our luggage, they are American tourist suitcases. I had to import them from Italy, oh, I can't remember how many years ago, but they were about £125 each at the time. Rachel has recently got into collecting the lounge flies. She's got the Cookie Monster one with her. She has a couple of Disney ones back home as well. Another mirror, another one of Rachel's cases. This is what I'll be vlogging with. That is the Canon G7X Mark II. The way I'll vlog is basically do the film shoot on there, same day of filming. What I will pretty much do, I'll transfer that with an SD card reader that goes into the back of my iPhone, and from there that gets downloaded to my photos. I will edit them, which, when I say edit, it's pretty much when you turn the camera around. So where I'm looking for it in the mirror, I don't need to, but when I've got the camera facing me, it's that moment of turning around. You don't want that in your video, so it's trim the front, trim the back. Rest of it is as it happens. If I make a mistake during it, or if I say something wrong, it just stays in there. It's just the way I am, because all my vlogs are uploaded within hours of the shoot itself. We don't have much of a view out here. We have got an outside view last year where we stayed in exactly the same hotel, this hotel, exactly a year ago. Everything is repeated itself. So we went on the 1st of October last year, stayed for 18 nights, 19 days, and we're doing exactly the same this year. These guys, of course, are coming with us, namely why the channel is called Scooby and Scooby, because they were with us when 9/11 happened. We was in Florida. They come very much like comfort blankets at the time. We were quite young, still in our early 20s, and yeah, they gave us good cuddles, looked after us. They've grown a life of their own ever since, and they come with us where we go. So they're actually backpacks, and the idea originally was that if I was looking for Rachel in the park, I would look for one of the Scoobies, she would see a Scooby on my back, we knew where each other was. But they do cause their own bit of havoc. A little bit of decorative artwork up there. Bed itself, that is probably a twin. It's certainly not a king size, maybe possibly as much as a queen size. Premier Inn is renowned for its mattresses. It is very, very, very comfortable. But to be honest with you, I mean, the room is basic, but is anyone going to sleep a night before a holiday to Florida? I pretty much doubt it, to be honest with you, the excitement, etc. Then we have the toilet facilities. So we have obviously the sink, the toilet paper, etc. You know exactly how that works. Bayless and hardening, looks like soap. Same in the shower area itself, with the shower, which goes into a bath unit. Then you get your towels obviously with you. If you need more towels, you can obviously go down and get them. But that is pretty much in a nutshell our room. As I said, it's going to be comfortable enough for a night. We're not likely to sleep, so to speak. The excitement is seriously there. But let's carry on and I'll show you some of the other facilities. Hey Rach, my better half, what are you looking forward to most of all?
Breakfast with Mickey Mouse.
Is that it, or?
Soaring.
Because we've got that several times, and we've got Crystal Palace and we've got the Garden Grill.
Yes.
Can you pick between the pair of them?
No, because one's Winnie the Pooh and Friends and one is Mickey.
Okay, I get that one, I get that one, yep. But then we've got Soaring, but it's old Soaring. Old school Soaring.
Most people have always gone, they didn't really like the new Soaring.
We was kind of like that.
I've always liked the new Soaring. I quite like a lot of the pictures and that.
The killer whale and the bears.
And the bears and over the Great Wall of China. So I really like the new Soaring. So it's going to be nice to do the old Soaring again, but I'm going to miss the new Soaring. So
yeah, it's going to be cool either way.
It's going to be.
We're going to go on one heck of an adventure.
We are.
And we certainly need to. Love the way the lights go on. It's a bit like a horror movie or a maze. There we go. It must be the landing area over here. Because if you look one way, you get the outside. Look out above that. See that there is Bath Road. So further down that way to your left, you've got a large McDonald's where we've decided we're going to go and have dinner tonight. Makes it nice and easy, nice and cheaper. This is where your taxis will come in. And yeah, so we're on the perimeter area of not the backside of water, the backside of the airport. Backside of the water will certainly come when we're in the Magic Kingdom. But this is the tail end of Heathrow. We're close to an intersection of the M4 and the M25 itself. But it's good, it does exactly what we want it to do. Don't know whether this will view in and see that, but down in through there you have the reception area. Over the back of there is a Tyne, like a bar area. To the right there's a Costa and the Tyne restaurant where we would have eaten in the past. Said it used to be a case of coming and having bland food, the likes of, I would generally have a pie, Rachel might have salmon or something. And it's just cool watching people, watching the world go past. Do a lot of this at Disney Springs. This is a great area just to stand and sit, watch the planes come in. If this is the landing side, depends on which way the wind's blowing, it depicts which way the planes will go. But if they're coming into land, they were coming from the left hand side. I'll stand out there in the car park at some point and capture some of them. And this is the area where you would catch a hotel hopper, like a bus that goes round all the hotels in the area. The problem you get is when you stand out there, you might be 10-15 people deep, all trying to get on the same bus, which is pretty much going to be full when you get here. So your best bet is probably for the price of about 25 quid to order yourself a taxi from reception straight into Heathrow itself, and then your problems are resolved. So the last year, it's been strange, that's for sure. We'd pretty much come back from Orlando, I think it was around the 22nd of October last year. And around that day, Deb went into Willen Hospice in Milton Keynes. She'd been fighting cancer for somewhere in the region of 7 years. She'd emigrated to Canada some years earlier and come back, probably to herself, knowing that she wanted to be with her family at the end. We sort of really didn't know. What she had was that, do you know the girl in EastEnders who had the brain tumour? Deb had exactly the same, and probably the most virulent form of that. The problem being is the case that she was told she had probably 3 months, yet she managed to fight hammer tooth and nail for a good 7 years. She put up an epic fight, and the bravery that she showed. But unfortunately she succumbed to it. She was in Willen Deb was in Willen Hospice, as I said, from the 22nd of October. Because she wasn't quite end of life then, she was put into a care facility. Unfortunately, she was neglected there, and I fought with everything I had to get her out of there. Managed to get her out just before Christmas time for 4 days, and then the inevitable happened. She became really bad, and that was terrifying, watching her taken away from the street. You knew it was going to be the last time she'd ever leave that street in the back of an ambulance. She went back to Willen. We spent our time, our last Christmas with her there, and just into New Year's, not really celebrating, it was sort of just hoping each other. I keep being interrupted with people walking around doing their work. Not a problem, but obviously trying to get this story out to you. We went to work, or what would have been work, on the 6th of January and got a call about 8:25 in the morning. We thought we was going to be told that you better get there quick, but they turned around and said they were taking her medication to her. She seemed okay. When they gone back, she'd passed. So that hit us for 6. The rigmarole around that, she had a pure cremation, etc. And life we thought would continue. Then I started feeling poorly myself. Didn't know what it was, just wasn't right. Hadn't been right probably around the time Deb was in. And went to see the doctor. He sat down, put his arm on my shoulder, passed me a letter, and turned around and said, urgent referral for suspected cancer. So done all the screening, etc. Had a colonoscopy, which is not pleasant, that's for sure. But they removed a few little bits. Nothing was ever cancerous, thankfully. And I thought then that life would be getting back to normal. So we get into the summer period, happily ticking along, and then out of the blue, I get the bombshell that the rug's been pulled from under me, kind of thrown under the bus from the company I worked for 10 years. It's nothing nasty, nothing like it. It's just that the company itself relied a lot on business from the likes of Russia and China, and obviously with the climate not very good at the moment, and they'd made a loss in the previous year, so they had to make cuts, and they thought they could amalgamate my job amongst maybe 6 other people. And so they let me go, but I did get a good severance package. I didn't know that when you left I knew you got like 10 weeks. I didn't know that 10 weeks was at time and a half, plus 10 weeks severance, plus a little bit of pension back, unused holiday, etc. So I was quite comfortable when I left there. I kept it to myself. This is the first time anyone really outside of the world knows what's going on. And thought to myself, okay, we'll go for this holiday now, and I'll go back to whatever when I come back. But it was Monday of this week gone. I'd applied for a job, I really fancied doing it, and it's going to change my life and change people's life. I'm going to become a support worker working with adults with learning disabilities, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a chance for me to give back something to the world. I've always been doing that through, whether it be Facebook, etc. I'm the sort of kind of guy that gives people help in the street, helps people their luggage, takes prams up lifts, etc, etc. And this is just another level. I don't know exactly what it's fully going to entail doing. I've got so many ideas. I'm kind of a visionary, so the idea I've got is to give them my best plus more, and that will be me from when we get back. So this has been something exceptional that's all come about in the last 5 days. I've not really had a chance to take it all in, but from the moment I was told, I felt an instant, maybe a foot taller, a certain element of pride about it. It's like they say that not heroes, all heroes wear capes. I'm not turning around and saying I'm a hero, of course, but obviously the things that I'll be doing, the things that I'll be helping some of these guys, some of these ladies, some of these gents with, they would not have a chance to do if they didn't have the support unit, the workers around them, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And I am forever grateful to those guys for taking me on. I'm not obviously going to give out the company name. That will come in the future, I'm sure, but it's going to be one hell of a ride, and I'm really thankful and excited for this brilliant challenge. Bit of a close-up of what we back onto. You come through like a little hedge area and we back up to some of the work hangars of British Airways. And this is obviously, I would turn around and say, some of your paid long stay parking. Here's a ground level view of what is on offer. That is your Costa to your side. Soon we'll be drinking Joffrey's, which is Disney's version of coffee. Behind that is the Time restaurant. Then you've got the reception to the top end, and we're at a Time bar to our right hand side. I'm pretty sure we'll be having a drink later. The Premier Inn here at Heathrow does have vending facilities. Unfortunately, it's the price that lets you down, but you can kind of expect it. It goes with the territory. It's pretty much, you've got your little snacky things for the overnight stay, few essentials, but I'm not even going to second guess some of the prices. Our room in question come to a total of £71, but we made it up to £74 and made a donation to Great Ormond Street. We always do that when we stay here. Right, you're going to have to forgive the noise of the planes that are blasting on the runways to the side of us. We've decided, as I said, to make it different. We would usually go to the Time Cafe. I would have something bland like a pie. You would have probably salmon. But we thought, well, you know what, McDonald's is just down the road, so we're just going to sort of, as much as anything else, show you guys how close it is. We couldn't do it last year because it was absolutely hammering it down, but this year we thought we'd come out for a walk, go down there. Makes it nice and cheap as well, because we'll be certainly spending a few bob over the next few weeks. So let's go and do this. So we've pretty much come out of the hotel, taken an immediate left. We've walked probably to get to where we are now about 5 minutes. At this crossing area here, where there's like a four-way section, I believe, we're going to cross the road there by a plethora of hotels, and McDonald's is going to be maybe another 5 minutes further on from that. Virgin Atlantic, who will get us to Orlando, Florida tomorrow. These won't be the planes that we're on. Our planes are probably currently at the MCO. They will fly over here, be a quick change around in the morning, and then we will board. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for today's vlog. It's been a bit surreal, to be honest with you, being back here after a year and everything we've gone through, but tomorrow is a huge day. we better get her some rest. I think sleep is probably out of the question, to be honest with you. It's just one of them things. The excitement's certainly there, and it's going to be a seriously long day. So with that in mind, we're going to say goodnight for now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll catch you tomorrow, and see you in movies. Bye for now.
Bye.